Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Natashea. I am excited to do this video. This is probably the most calm I've been recording a video like this in a while. I do have to apologize ahead of time. My neighbor's dog is insane and it barks incessantly, and I'm just like, how do you live there and listen to this all night? But to me, it's kind of like been in the background, so I rarely notice it anymore. But anyway, so if you're new to my channel is about personal growth, personal finance, luxury travel, and all things luxury. So if you like what you hear in this video, because today's going to be a personal growth video, then go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel, because I have so many amazing things coming up for 2020. But first, as the title of this video says, I want to talk about my final thoughts for 2019. I actually put them in my iPad because there's so many thoughts, and I kind of wanted to say them in a way that's like organized. So let's get into my notes app. Okay, so a lot has happened this year, and I guess this video is really more about even wrapping up the entire decade. It's been such a crazy ride, but one thing I did notice when I was going through my Instagram today, which is Progress Equals Happiness, I did notice that time moves fast. There's so much stuff that feels like it happened, yesterday or this year or something, but it was like literally 5 years ago. And I just felt like archiving a lot of those posts and not forgetting about them entirely or deleting them, because we all have a history. I just wanted to take the time to take all those things out of my front view, clear up my brand, clear up my image of myself too. There's a lot of things that I shared in the past that I don't no longer care about, or past relationships, situations like that. So I just needed a clean break. Okay, so we're just gonna start on the final thoughts for 2019, and then I'll get into the final thoughts for the whole decade. So first big thing that happened is I turned 30, and to be quite honest, I'm still mentally adjusting to that. I was in my 20s for a decade, but it was like I really have to think now, like now I'm a grown-up, like I'm an adult, but I still enjoy being playful and all that. I have been really trying to adjust to the fact that I've been here for 30 years. And because I'm 30, it kind of feels like, wow, like I'm older now. But at the same time, I feel like it's like a coming of age situation, and I'm more true to myself than I've ever been in my life, and I'm so grateful for that. I found the next thing, final thought is like I found a lot of new passion in YouTube again. If you look at my about channel section, you'll see that I started this channel years ago, but it wasn't until this year that I really felt the pull to be consistent, for a reason that I'm actually passionate about. I love talking about personal growth and luxury items and unboxing all the things, even though sometimes I do feel guilty for that. Not because it's expensive, but because I've been, maybe prioritizing buying luxury goods over some of my bigger financial goals. But I feel like in 2020, all that is going to level out. I really enjoy this channel now. I have better equipment, I have better focus, I'm thinking of my videos ahead of time, and I'm really enjoying all of this. So that is another final thought is, wow, I really have found what I'm passionate about to talk about on YouTube. I also found a new obsession with minimalism, which means which actually plays into the luxury thing, because I now will want more quality in the things that I have rather than just buying stuff to buy stuff. So I'm really more conscious about the things that I bring into my life, whether purchased or given, and even just the people I bring into my life. I want to add value to other people's lives, and I want other people to add value to my life when they enter my life. You know, it should be a good value exchange situation, and I feel like that has been the focus. I've cleared out a lot of things in my life that were not making me happy in 2019, and I am so grateful that I did that. I actually even renewed my love for interior design this year. I was a bit discouraged because, you know, my business wasn't doing as well as I wanted it to, but I feel this renewed sense of this is not just about the sales or about how many clients I get. It's about the way I feel so open and creative and expressive when I'm doing interior design, and I'm getting to style things and draw floor plans. And I actually took my AutoCAD class this year, so now I have an advanced certification in AutoCAD. It was so cool to go from hand drawing floor plans to going to actually writing like computer-based floor plans, and knowing how to do all of that has been such a godsend. My other final thought is around my relationship. I haven't talked anything personal about my relationships on this channel because it was a lot to deal with at the time, and I feel like because I cared about this person so much, and there wasn't something blatantly wrong. It's not like he lied to me or he cheated or he was abusive in any way or anything crazy. It was just, I knew that he wasn't in a place in his life where he could really give me what I needed in a relationship. I just felt like I was giving so much in that relationship and not getting anything back, and at some point it became draining. And this is not to vilify him, but it was just a realization that I need to love myself, and if I'm not getting what I need to be happy in this relationship, or to be with someone who I felt like I was pulling from in order to feel like we're in a relationship, or to feel like we're trying to build something together, was really hard. And not to say like I need someone else to make me happy, because I've learned the hard way that I'm the only person who can make myself happy. My happiness now is drawn intrinsically, and that's an ever evolving journey. And honestly, I probably will do a longer video about my relationship and what I learned about relationships in general in my 20s. But ending that almost 3-year relationship was really difficult. I think it took me, I don't know, like 6 months to a year to finally come to a point where I was like, you know, it feels selfish and maybe that's what I need to do, but I think I need to just focus on loving me. And if I feel like you're unable to love me or incapable because of what is going on in your own life or where you are emotionally, then I had to end it for myself as an act of self-love. So that was a huge thing that happened this year, because I thought this person was going to be my forever, and it just wasn't the case. We were too different. We had different perspectives about what we wanted in life, and we just weren't on the same page. So there's that. That's a whole video on its own, and I think there's some benefit in maybe talking about it to y'all, for anyone who's still in their 20s who struggles with relationships. I think there's a lot of things that I learned in that relationship that you might find useful yourself, and I will somehow come up with a video that's cohesive and makes sense and can be beneficial to y'all. Out of that whole 3-year relationship ending, I ended it because I realized that how much I was worth and how much I bring to the table and how much I wanted someone who could do the same. So really realizing that worth, and rather being alone than being in a place where you're unfulfilled, or I just really hate using the word unfulfilled because it implies that someone else is supposed to fill you up. But when you're in a relationship, it's supposed to be a give and take situation. It's supposed to be symbiotic of you guys like having a value add process where you're both adding value to each other's lives. And if that's not happening and one person is adding value and the other is unable to or unwilling to, it's a problem. So like I said, a lot of self-worth was realized in that. A lot of self-appreciation for what I bring to the table was realized in that. And because of that situation, I started going back to therapy. I started implementing a lot more self-care because I realized I've spent so much of my life prioritizing other people that it really hasn't in the past left me a lot of room to fully become who I know I can be and to fully just be happy completely on my own, in my own space. So I went back to therapy, which is, I feel like, is a great thing. And I actually learned also this year the importance of moving in silence, which is why this video is not about my 2020 goals. It's about reflecting back on the year past. I plan on doing that, another video every year, at the end of every year, just to reflect on how much I've learned. I think there's no real value in just announcing your goals. I think your goals are, now I realize that it's something so personal that you should be focused on your own, because no one is impressed by, you listing out the goals you have. People are only impressed with what you do and what you've done. And honestly, I'm not impressed by me just announcing my goals. Great, the goal is there, but how are you gonna get it done? And that, to me, is what's impressive. So I've internalized my goals for 2020. I know where I'm headed. I am more focused than I've ever been in my entire life. I know exactly what I want to do, where my life is headed. So there's a lot of big moves coming up, and you guys should stay tuned because I'm going to take you on this journey as it happens. As I kill and execute every goal, you are going to be right along on that journey to see all that come into fruition, and I am super excited. I am just, the word for 2020 is honestly just manifest. Manifest the life that you want. Manifest all the things that you feel like would make you earn the self-respect that you've been, yearning for. We often think that other people are gonna complete us. That Hollywood BS of someone completing you is nonsense, quite honestly. God did not create us to be like bits and pieces of people walking around incomplete. Yes, I know Adam and Eve's story. I get the woman was taken from the man. I get that. But as individuals, we are still complete in our own right. And I think it's important that we all focus on that growth and that self-mastery. And partnership is great when you're both adding value to each other. So like I said, these are my final thoughts for 2019. I'm just gonna get a little bit into what I think about the decade. Oh my gosh, what has happened in this last decade? A lot of stuff that I'm just like, wow. I mean, some of the goals I had for myself that I had at like 18, oh actually that's 12 years ago. Some of the goals I had at 18, 20 when I was in college didn't come into fruition until I was 28, 29. So like, I think what comes to mind is to remember about the final thoughts for this year, and for even for your goals for next year, is we tend to underestimate what we can do. We tend to overestimate what we can do in a year and underestimate what we can do over the course of a decade. And I've accomplished a lot in a decade, and I'm so proud of myself. I love myself. I'm finally getting to a place where there's like this love that I have for myself and appreciation. And unfortunately, a lot of painful situations had to happen in order for me to get to that space in my life. But I'm honestly proud of myself, and I'm really excited to see what 2020 holds, and to know that you guys will be coming along with me on this journey is really exciting. So if you liked this video and all my ramblings about 2019, or if you think there's any topics I talked about in this video that I should expand on, I've already mentioned one about relationships, and I'm going to talk about things I've learned, things as young women that we should know about relationships, and just things I wish I knew in my 20s. It's getting older is actually pretty cool. You get to just become really comfortable with yourself, and it's exciting. So anyway, I hope you guys like this video. My name is Natashea again. I hope to see you in the next video, and I will see you next year. Bye.